Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 39 of Natty and Not. We are your hosts,
I am Alexis.
and I am Miguel. Hola.
Yeah. Hello,
Welcome.
sir.
Hey. So, something funny I saw you go through this week, or this past week, I should say,
What?
is so you like to go on on notice when you outlift a man. And and last week you were on your period and you had to have some humble pie when you tried to lift the same as whatever dude was on the machine before you. I think he let you work in, right? Or let you, I don't know how, what the instance
No,
was, but
he was leaving the machine, and
yeah.
he was doing. This is what's crazy. I haven't experienced this my whole life, but it's been more recent. Like the few days before I start my period, the amount of weight that I can physically can maybe do like half the weight, maybe like 60%, but like I can't do. My body just doesn't do it. I don't know. It's not terribly uncommon for that to happen to women.
Right.
But the week before it was pendulum squat, and my first set was at like 70,
Mm.
and that's what his final set was. So I asked him if I could work, and he goes, I have one more set. And I was like, cool. And then he goes, do you want me to take the weight off? And I was like, no, that's my starting. Like, I made it a point to say
It's
that
my warm
because
up.
I am an asshole.
It's my warm up set, bro.
Because I have to make you feel like I can outlift you. And I unhooked that pendulum, and I hit my really beautiful depth, and I stayed there.
Yeah. So
Couldn't
less
lift it.
lesson of the story is don't be trying to humble dudes on your period when you might have a strength loss that week. It's not
Yeah,
that it's
there's the
not
strength loss for a few days.
It's not, yeah. Don't do it on those days. Any other day, feel free to go humble average Joes in the gym. But
Yeah, that was not a good thing. Not a good thing. We do though also have to talk about, sir. Can you wear hoodies or some shit when we go to Costco? I'm so sick of people calling you out
fucking
and like talking to you. It's
represent.
annoying.
Yeah, I know. And we went to a new Costco today, so they haven't seen me before in a tank top. I don't know these folks, but there was two people. There was like the Costco guy giving samples, and he's like, "Whoa, you're."
But it was like a kid.
Yeah,
He was young. He was like
"You're
maybe
really."
like,
He's like, "You're really big," and I was like, "Thanks." And then there was another guy when
and
we were
then
leaving.
no, but hold on. And then he said, how long have you been lifting for? And what
Oh,
did your dumbass say?
I said seriously for 2.5 years.
But that's not true at all. You've
With
lifted seriously before you started to use gear, my friend.
with the goal of bodybuilding is kind of the way I framed it. But I
That's
was
not what you
also
said.
what I
That
was.
boy just heard I could look like you in 2 years. That's what that like 20-year-old boy heard.
I mean, he doesn't know the whole story, but you think he's gonna go execute a full bodybuilding? He's like, I saw this dude in Costco. He said 2 years I could get there. I don't think so. I think he was just
I
trying.
think you've given him hope.
I don't think so, but he's gonna.
Yeah. And then the other guy, what about the other guy, babe?
That was funny. So he's like, hey, hi. He's the guy behind us, and we're like, they have to check your receipts as you leave the store, and he kind of stepped to the side of me, and he goes, hey, he's like, how many calories do you eat? He's like, or how much food do you eat? And I was like, oh,
No, he
5,000.
asked you how many calories you eat.
Did he say calories? Okay. He said,
He
yeah.
sure did.
How many calories do you eat? And I was like 5,000. And then he turns back to his wife. He's like, you 5,000 calories. He's like, I can't even get 2,000 down. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. And then I just kind of gave him some very basic calorie instructions. I said, when your weight starts to plateau, increase it by 100 calories. And he just kind of left it at that. I mean, it was a very weird,
As
like,
you're walking away, it was a very weird time to talk to somebody.
yeah, it was hard to like engage, but
And then last week, our regular Costco,
Yeah.
the little old guy who's like awesome.
He's funny. He's like,
He
Muscle
calls you
Man,
Mr. Muscles.
Mr. Muscles. He goes, Mr. Muscles, show me.
Show me your muscles.
And then he like did a double bicep, and I was like, I didn't do it. I just laughed, and I was like, no.
You know what is so funny though? So there are many things that I feel about this.
Mm-hmm.
The first is just annoyance because
Mm-hmm.
I am an indoor cat and I don't want to fucking talk to people.
Yeah.
And you are a golden fucking retriever and you'll talk to everybody. And
I
so
just want to say hi.
sometimes I have it. Sometimes I just have this like fucking anytime you start talking to somebody, I'm like, oh my fucking God, how long are we going to stand here? Then I have to talk to him too. Otherwise, I just look like this bitch wife that's just standing here with bitch face, getting all mad. Like,
you're like, yeah, he's so big.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That's my bitch. That's my bitchy voice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah.
So that's number one.
Shut the
number
fuck up.
two,
We were trying to get out of here.
get at it. I did not invite you into my Saturday. Number two, no one tells me how fucking big I am. Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's annoying. Because I'm like standing next to you, like, what the fuck am I? Chopped liver? I got muscles too, bitch. Fuck off. So that annoys me.
Yeah, but you've been wearing super. That's not true. But there was that nice lady a couple weeks ago. She was like, "Oh, I could tell y'all work out," and like she commented both of us.
That's true. I do just like a hobo, and I go.
It's like you wear these big baggy t-shirts, so you don't nothing to visualize.
Maybe, but still annoying.
Got it.
But then number three, and this is what I think is like just really ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Most people wouldn't comment on a woman's body. Like some women would, like,
yeah, like
a woman would like, oh, your shoulders look so good, girl, like something like that. But you're not going to get that in the middle of Costco, Mr. Muscles. Like women don't talk to each other like that. I would never walk up to another woman and be like, how many calories do you eat in a day?
Yeah, I guess that is very much
it's such a bro-y fucking thing. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But like a dude would never say that to a woman.
No.
Nor would a woman ever say that to a man.
Yeah, probably. Right.
Like
hilarious.
Unless they were like gym people and like they knew each other, right? But like just in like context of like being out and about.
Yep. Yeah, wild. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Well, although you were talking to some other bodybuilder women in the bathroom last week, weren't you? Or 2 weeks ago, maybe?
A little while ago, yeah. Why?
But that was just like, do you compete? Oh yeah, you compete, right? And then.
But that was like, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking about out in like the regular world.
Oh, like outside of the gym? Yeah, no.
That wouldn't happen. Like, no. Yeah, a bodybuilder to a bodybuilder, sure, that's like a totally normal question.
Right.
But it's just funny. It's really annoying. You need to put like a fucking hoodie on or some shit.
We live in Texas, baby. This is tank top all summer long. Most of the year, actually. I'm in tank top.
Most of the year.
Yeah, and Christmas, I'll probably be in a tank top. Although this winter was pretty cold. I did put clothes on, but these sleeves are pretty big. I mean, I usually wear like regular t-shirts now. I feel like it's too much. I can't do this. I need small sleeves. These are almost too big, but it'll work. It'll work for today.
What are you weighing in at now?
231.5 this morning.
Oh, I thought you said to me 235.
Oh, I was just joking. I was like, that's what I was like flopping up.
You were just rounding up.
No, I told you I lost a pound this morning. I know.
Yeah, but I didn't know where you were at.
Yeah.
You're just a big fucking dude. You're like 90-ish pounds more than me, which is like ridiculous when I try to fuck around with you. Anytime you try to fuck around with me, you're just so big. Like, babe, you don't know your own strength. Stop
I know.
it. I
don't know how to play with you anymore because I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna hurt you, and I usually do. So
you do.
And I usually do. So like, I don't even.
You're gonna like slap me on the ass, and I'm like, "Fuck, that was so hard. Why did you?" I didn't know. You were playing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got excited. You got cute butt. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Just big giant oaf. Big giant
Yeah.
oaf. But speaking of you being a big giant oaf, 4 years ago, Mike showed up on my Google photo
Oh yeah.
memories.
Let me pull that up. Let me see if I can put it on the camera real quick.
Who was that guy? You know what? When I look at that guy compared to you now, that guy looks like a baby boy.
Yeah. I look like his older brother. Can you see that? Is that clear?
It's clear enough, yeah.
And
Your
then,
eyes are super dark in that.
and then
But who the fuck is that guy?
I think
Your face got real fucking big.
yeah, my face got super wide. Yeah, holy shit.
What does Dr. Mike have all over his head? You said his head was like funny from like
yeah, so
GH or some shit?
yeah, so like guys will, like the side of their skull will start to grow. So like your nose, your feet, your ears, like
And this is all from GH.
yeah, excessive GH. Like that, like that's also like palumbolism is also a thing from like excessive GH.
That's a big belly, right?
Yeah, that's just like your you know
Your
you're eating
organs got big.
eating a lot of food and your organs get bigger. But yeah, so he has what's called GH horns, where it's like the
That sounds badass though. Like not gonna lie.
yeah, so it's like if you
You
look
got
at
horns.
well, I mean they're not really horns. It just looks like his
I know.
head's kind of misshapen. Sorry, but yeah,
Making a joke.
yeah. So he and he's called it out too in like a couple of his posts that he's got like the GH horns, and it's a thing. Yeah, your ears can grow. Your nose, my nose got a little bigger. My feet didn't really grow. My dick though. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that a real thing? Can that happen?
Yeah. I mean, it's very anecdotal, but guys have said that they've seen.
Oh my god, why is not every man running to go get dick growing serum?
Because it's very anecdotal. It's like most of the guys that I've heard, they say girth has increased. So
do they show you before and afters?
No, I don't. I just take their word for it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. No, guys don't show each other's. What do you think of that? Huh? No. So it's like, that's what I've heard. And you'll find that in like bodybuilding forums. Pictures. Yeah. That's so weird. Yeah, nobody provides the evidence though. It's all anecdotal. It's just like, yes. I don't know.
I used to be able to clasp my fingers and now I can't.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But yeah, it's a thing apparently. But but like hair, skin, nails, like that's all like
the good stuff.
Part of the GH stuff, the GH benefits. But my nails grow like crazy. Like I used to bite my nails all the time, and like I don't anymore, which is good. But now, like every Monday, I'll end up like I find myself clipping my nails, which is crazy.
Well, that's nice. Nicer nails.
Yeah. But yeah. Speaking of GH and peptides, you've been on a peptide journey.
I am on a peptide. I'm in a peptide fucking rabbit hole, man.
Yeah. So so you're trying to get us into some type of MLM for peptides. I think we only have to give them our firstborn and a $50,000 down deposit. And
I'm not trying to get into an MLM. No.
No. So it makes total sense. We give them $100,000, and then we have so much inventory. We're going to sell through it so fast. It's going to be like, super easy. You can sell that shit on eBay. So
stop it. I clicked
I'm
on.
Ready.
I have been down the rabbit hole of peptides because it's just like there's so many different things and they're so interesting, and all of these because they're all like just chains of amino acids that you naturally produce. So there's things it's like superhumaning your own body, right? So it's really cool to like go down the path of like a bunch of them. But I've been in rabbit holes of listening to all these experts, following all of these like studies, what people are experiencing, blah, 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 blah. And then of course, because like I listen to that stuff or I look at that stuff, I started to get all these like different ads, peptides course, you know, all the different ads for like the different peptide vendors and places to buy them through. And then I'm starting to get these like ads to like, oh, you can have your own peptide storefront.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was like, babe, look what we could do.
You're like, look, this people are probably
We
selling
have our
them.
own people are buying it.
I know.
So let's make some money.
Yeah.
No, but I don't really want to do that. When
No, I know.
I did look at one of those places to actually be like, huh, could we get them resale? And the prices were like 8x what some of these other like peptide sites were. It was ridiculous. So squash that dream. But I do like learning about all the peptides.
Yeah, but you took the course and now you're better educated for it. So
yeah, so they did a course and they basically went over this one place. It was good information. I think the group is like antagonists, so it's like testosterone, so like the growth hormone producing hormones. They talked about those. They talked about trizepatide. And then they went into BCP 157. So all of those, I feel like I kind of knew a lot about already, but like still good information. But I've been doing the BCP 157, TB 500 injections for like 3 weeks now. I think I have it all written down. 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. And I got to tell you, my shoulder feels so weird. It's almost like the pain that I had been experiencing in it, and then like with any injury, I think when like it doesn't necessarily like get better. It's just it gets worse and it goes through like different stages of like what hurts and how it hurts and stuff. It's almost like that's happening in reverse. Because it got to the point where it was like one singular spot was so tender and so incredibly painful. But before that, it kind of was like it radiated. And then before that, it like was kind of like my whole shoulder. And so like that, like really pinpointed spot doesn't hurt anymore. And then for a while, it felt like it was like radiating, like it must have been sending blood flow or like whatever to the area. Like it was getting inflamed because it's like healing. And now I'm starting to kind of feel it like all over again. So it's like each time the pain's getting less, but almost more annoying, if that makes sense. But it's like shit's happening. I could feel it working because it's just like that pain keeps changing. It's very bizarre.
Yeah, it's almost like the reverse is happening.
Yeah, it's really weird. So I'm doing that, and then I'm doing the oral BCP 157. And this past week was the first week I started to cut down on all of like my digestive supplements that I take.
Yeah.
And didn't have an issue at all week, which is really, really good.
Good.
So it's working. I've been looking at adding potentially KPV because that one's really good for the gut too. I'm not 100% what it does, but it's like on my list of things I have to like research because they include it in a lot of different like gut blends.
Yeah.
Like peptide blends. But then I've started to go down the path of like more into like trizepatide, like their GLP-1s. And while everyone's like mass all about them for weight loss and this, that, and the other, there's been a lot of talk about they help with inflammation. And I was always just kind of questioning, is it truly inflammation from like eating so much? Like, does the inflammation go down because you're eating so much less? Or is it like actually doing something? So as I'm down my path of trying to like research and listening to more scientific kind of research, I'm finding that it's like and I can't tell you exactly what it is, but like I'm learning that it actually does like balance out some of like the microbiome, and it helps with like inflammation actually in the gut, like the whatever like the peptide is itself. So it's not because necessarily that it's that you're not eating as much. It actually is helping to sort of balance out your gut a bit. So Thinking let's give it a few more weeks for like the BCP. I'll dig into the KPV, but I'm thinking I might want to do like small doses of that if like my gut is still an issue in a few more weeks.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
Mhm.
And you started your hormone replacement, which is good. So you got your.
I got 5 things. So we actually haven't had because we didn't record last week. So I don't think I talked about. I think that maybe last time we had recorded,
I think we talked about you
about
meeting with the doctor.
I don't even know that we did because that was
Mm.
only like a week and a half ago.
All right, maybe not. Anyway, so
had doctor's appointment with like an actual like doctor, not like an HRT clinic. She went over all of my bloods from before, and the HRT clinic was only putting me on testosterone and an estradiol cream, where that cream was $185. That was it. They weren't going to start me on anything else. This doctor put me on testosterone, which I already got, progesterone, 100 milligrams at night, estradiol cream, DHEA, 5 milligrams, and then my thyroid in my T3 in my last 2 blood draws was below 3, which is like where they want it to be. One was like 2.7, one was like 2.5, and she goes, "This is with," and then my reverse T3 was kind of high. She's like, "This could cause problems." So she's like, "This can start to lead down into like hypothyroidism." So she put me on T3.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 5 things now. I'm not super feeling optimized yet, but like the rest of 2025, this is like my time to optimize. This is my optimization phase.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The T3 is the one I got last. I think I've only been taking it now for like 4 days. I can feel that one. My body is adjusting. It's making me tired.
Mm-hmm. Good.
It's like making me tired. It's making it like a little hard to sleep. Although my sleep has been shit regardless before that. So maybe something to do with that. Yeah. But it's like, it's making me tired. Which they said it's like an adjustment period for your body.
Yeah. So, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully another week or 2 and you'll be feeling right as rain.
I hope so. I will say, since starting the testosterone, because I've been on the testosterone, I started the testosterone, and then it's like a week later for or maybe like a week and a half later for like the estrogen and the progesterone, and then like almost like a week later for the thyroid. It just took a while for everything to come in. Mm-hmm. So I've been on the testosterone now for like 2.5 weeks. I don't feel like massively different. So I'm only taking 4 milligrams a week. This doctor was just like, you're looking at where my numbers were. She's like, "We're going to have to increase that." And I was like, yeah, a little bit at a time. Let's get bloods first. But I want to say, like, I do feel a little bit more, I'm saying I'm tired because of the T3, but I do feel more like a little bit more energetic throughout the day. Like, not like I need to not like, I don't feel like once I sit down, like I can't get up again. I don't quite feel like that. And then I've been like, I don't know, super touchy-feely with you.
Yep.
Like more than I have been in, I don't even know. But like you're there, and I'm just like, I want my hands on you because I just love you.
I know. I've been loving it. It's been great. So, and I know you're still kind of like not fully optimized, but
no, it's going to take a few months.
It's going to take some time.
Settle in. Yeah.
So I'm
just excited to settle and then find the right doses, right? Because it's like I'm going to go for bloods in like 3 weeks again, and then we check and adjust.
Right. But yeah, I'm excited for you because I know you're you're on your path of getting back to normal, which is cool.
I feel at peace.
Yeah.
Because even if if I get like a little extra hair shed, I'm like, I'm doing what I can do. At this point now, I have all of the tools I need. It just like my body just has to do the rest.
Yep, your body will just start to respond, and you'll be good.
Yep.
So, speaking of exploring new stuff, I ended up talking to Coach 2 weeks ago and explored taking some Anavar to try to finish out this push with like a little bit more strength and a little bit more boost. And Anavar is really good for that. And it's also an oral.
So why is Anavar good for that?
So it's just another anabolic that is good for increasing strength.
No, but like, why is it? Like, explain why.
Oh,
Why is
sorry. It's good because it's short acting. It's quick acting and short acting. So it has a really quick half life. I think it's like 8 hours ish. So it really was just taking a pre-workout, and you feel the increase pretty quickly. And even with a small dose, which is cool. And I felt like a bump in strength, which was cool. Nothing crazy, but definitely noticeable. And felt good for like a week. And then I noticed my ankle started swelling. So my body was reacting to the extra compound. And just had a quick conversation with coach. And I was like, hey, I'm going to pull this. My ankle swelling. So holding on to extra water with that I don't need. So my body just does that for some reason. I think that's when the gear's a little too high. And so listening to my body. So I saw that quickly. Now I didn't see any increases in like blood pressure or blood glucose or anything like that. So wasn't any other indicators there besides just I was holding a little extra water and my ankle, little edema being caused. And so wanted to just not do that. So ended up cutting it in like a week, not even a week. I think it was like 6 days of doing it. And so that was very short lived, but I don't know, just another reason not to do orals in the off season. It was a little foolish of me, but I was just like, I want to try to squeeze every bit out of this, because there's always like that that lever of wanting to do more, and it's a very tough battle to be in. Like, we're like, all right, well, if I just bump test up a little bit more and just bump this up a little bit more, I'll get more results. And in some cases that's true, but for, I think looking back at it now, it's just like, okay, I've been in this off season now for 17 weeks, 18 weeks. We're going to be pushing for like another 3 or 4 weeks. And then we'll finally call it quits in August. And yeah, it was just like, I was just trying to optimize in the moment. But now looking at it and seeing how my body responded, it was just like, well, my body said no. So
well, I'm glad that you listened and that you pay attention, because I bet you there's so many people that like don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Or would just be like, whatever, and push through. And then
yeah. So definitely held on to some extra water, which I, so that last like 2-pound bump that I had from the last show.
Last check-in. Oh, from like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, because I was like, oh, I'm up over 6. Like I was going up, it's like up 2 pounds every week for like the past couple of weeks, and then this week I actually went down, but it was the water. So
for sure.
So it was just, and I was just like, I'm totally good with that. So I'm not sweating it. It is what it is. Listen to my body, and just gonna finish this phase the way we were doing it.
There you go.
So
that's okay. It's good. I mean, you're holding strong. You're definitely getting larger and leaner. It's just not going on like super crazy fast, but that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah.
That's okay.
So, and like coach says, like even when we pull everything back to TRT levels, and I'm doing like 200 mgs a week, I'm still going to be pushing like super hard to keep growing.
Of course.
Because it's just like very much in that mindset of, I think I've said it before too. It's just like, while I'm on cycle, I'm going to make every last second count. And when I come off and I'm on just like TRT levels, I'm just like, I don't need that shit. I don't need super high levels. Like, I'm a fucking
you gotta
beast.
Prove yourself.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't need that. It doesn't define me. And like, I push hard too. So it's like, I'm just always in this like never ending cycle of like, okay, now I'm in it. Don't waste it. Push as hard as possible. And now I'm like, I'm off of it. I'm like, fuck that. It doesn't define you. Let's go. So.
Good for you, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was your check-in this morning then? So you were down a pound, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah, so I was 32 and a half last week, and I was 31 and a half this week, so down a pound. But all water weight. And we'll see. We'll see how see what coach's feedback is this week. Might get a food bump. I'm not really feeling the food, to be honest, though. I'm like, from a hunger standpoint, I'm sick of food. I have food fatigue. I've just been eating the same shit over and over again and just like switching up fruit and veggies.
Did you like your gummy bears?
I do. I do love my gummy bears.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna try to do your seitan different? Or
The
no?
next batch, I got to figure it out because I was so I don't know. I was thinking of doing that, but then I ended up doing a digestive enzyme with every meal, and I was fine.
Mm.
So, and I've been doing that the past couple of days, and I'm still good, like no indigestion. So I think it was just like my body's just having a hard
It's
time
gotta be
breaking down the
you're
amount
just
of
eating
food.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's just all it is. It's like I just need to
I think
keep
you
keep doing the digestive enzymes with every meal, and then I'll be in better shape. But I
what's
was
the
getting
purpose of you staying at this if it's like your digestion is becoming so difficult, right? You've been on cycle now for 17 weeks, I think you just said. I mean, if the goal is 20 weeks,
yeah, essentially.
if you're starting to like feel that, why not come down early?
Um,
Or is it not that bad
it's
that
just
you
the
don't feel like you
food.
need
I like it's just the like I got digestion and everything. Like I'm not getting bloating. I'm not getting like any like other weird
you're
digestion
getting
stuff. But I'm getting indigestion. But listening to uh, John Jewett and a couple of other guys talk about like food and digestive issues. Um, could just be my body reacting to the amount of histamines in the food that I'm eating,
mm-hmm.
and it could just be a reaction to that. And so I've been taking some copper, added, trying to increase my copper to zinc ratio to try to help with that, and then the digestive enzymes. And now that I think about it, I changed two things at once, which is kind of a bummer now because I don't know if the copper was helping and it just took a little while to take effect, or if it
Oh,
was
because you did the copper and the extra digestive
yeah,
enzymes.
yeah,
Don't take any enzymes tomorrow and see, because the enzymes, they're like short acting.
true,
That's not
yeah.
gonna stick around
That'll
for
be
a
a good
while.
test. Yeah, that'll be a good test.
Yeah.
See if it was copper to zinc
I don't know
ratio.
how long does copper stay in your system, but that's different because the digestive enzymes is you're just putting more in as you digest.
Right.
The copper is like goes in different, right?
True.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know, man. I don't know all the science. I listen to the science and I go, oh, okay, I'll do that. And it's like I understood it in the moment, but I couldn't explain it to you.
So that was my check-in. So I'm down a pound and a half, but it was water. Pictures look good,
Cool.
so I'm pretty happy. How about you? How was your check-in?
I'm at 139 and change. I had a couple weeks, so the week leading into my period from ovulation, and then I've been carrying so much water, just coming out of prep and my hormones adjusting. And coach was like, coach even said to me, she's like, last time you came out of prep, you had a lot of stomach issues. And you had this for like a really long time too. And I'm like, yeah, but it was different because last time it was all like digestive stuff. And this time it's definitely hormonal. It's like water. Like from day to day, you even pointed it out. Like you can see it. Like I can grab like a fucking layer of water off my body. And then as soon as what's funny is like giving myself the BCP shot because I give it in my belly and then the GH went in my belly. When I was carrying a lot of water, it was a lot easier to do that.
Yeah.
And then once it like dropped, I was just like, oh, okay. So it's like, it makes me feel better. I'm like, okay, it is just water. I'm not like totally screwing everything up. But, so 139, so like 10 pounds over ish stage weight. So it's like 129, 128 for stage.
Yeah.
So that's good. And they say after 8 weeks, which I think it's been 7 weeks, to do like a good reverse, would be to be like 10%, like up 10% from your stage weight, which would be 13 pounds. So I'm feeling feel like, even though I don't feel like I have been successful, because I feel like I have more failures than successes, it still has been a relatively successful reverse. Like I didn't screw everything up. While it was very hard at times, I've been able to get a handle on it. So slowly increasing my calories. I'm up to, what am I up to now? 2385. So she's giving me small bumps because I am hungry throughout the day. I'm just having a much easier time managing it. And then this week I had a deload week. Because my body was just starting to ache a little bit too much. So it was a good time. And I'll get assuming new programming starting Monday. We kind of go in and leave the recovery stuff and like move into, all right, let's grow.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's exciting. What do you got for wins of the week?
Finally getting all my hormones in place. And like, that's like, I'm really just looking forward, really looking forward to feeling optimal. It's my optimization phase. How about you?
Shooting off fireworks in our driveway. That was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. We ended up getting
That
like
was
a
a lot of fun.
small, like little stuff, little fountains and a couple of small little firecrackers. And we had so much fun lighting them off with the kids. It was a blast. That was my win.
That's a good win.
Yeah.
We don't talk about stuff like that for like wins typically. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one.
The kids running scared when the one that went off.
Oh my God. The one that started crackling, they were just like, oh my God, they're shooting. They ran for the door so quick, but it was funny.
That was funny. Yeah. We were just like,
where'd you guys go?
What's going on? Fireworks over here. They're not over there. Get your ass back here.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh. All right.
Cool. I think that was, yeah, I think that's it. We'll see you all next week.